Hey guys, welcome to this TMO video where I'll be showing you what we learned in game week 3. I'll be showing you the best transfers for each position, and at the very end, I'll be showing you what transfers I made to my squad for this coming game week 4. So make sure to stick around for the whole video and make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, and let's get straight into it. Now, what we've learned. Now, we've learned that West Ham is looking like one of the strongest sides in the Premier League. They beat Chelsea 3-1, and then they went to beat Brighton, who was at the top of the ladder after the first 2 game weeks, 3-1 as well. They also drew their first game. So they're looking like one of the strongest sides, and they probably are looking like a 3 match difficulty rating instead of a 2. So just keep that in mind. Now, we also learned that over the past 2, Luton have only played 2 matches so far. But over those 2 matches, we've learned that they are a squad to be targeted. Now, they're looking really bad defensively and offensively, so you probably won't concede a goal against them, and you'll keep a clean sheet if you have defenders in those matchups. But it's just probably because they've come up from the championship and they're not going to be that good in their first season anyway. We've also learned that Chelsea's defense is actually looking really good in that Luton game. So what does that mean? I did triple up on Chelsea. I had 2 defenders and 1 attacker in Jackson. I had Colwell and Chilwell, and they both got a clean sheet because I had faith that they would do well. So maybe it's time for you to get some more Chelsea defenders. I don't know. It's up to you. We also learned that Haaland might not be taking penalties anymore, as he missed that penalty, and it's not like the goalkeeper even saved it. He fully missed it. And we've heard Pep talking about how good Julian Alvarez is at taking penalties, so maybe in the future he could be taking them instead of Haaland. We also learned, for much relief from most of us Saka owners, that Saka will probably still be on penalties. We saw him take that over Odegaard, but it's still not guaranteed. It might be that if Odegaard wants to take a penalty, then he might take it. If Saka wants to take it, he might take it. If Gabriel Jesus wants to take it, he might take it. We saw that Maddison is so central in the Spurs attack. We saw him get 2 assists in that first game, blank in the second, and then get a goal in the next. He's definitely someone to keep your eye on and maybe transfer into your squad. Now, maybe it's time to Chelsea triple up. These are the top 5 options in Chelsea at the moment. I currently have 3 of them, and I probably wish I did go for Gusto over Colwell in that most recent matchup, but it doesn't really matter. Colwell did get me a clean sheet. I did miss out on 8 points though. But as you can see here, Jackson, it has 7 million, Colwell 4.5 million, Chilwell is 5.3 million, Raheem Sterling 7.1 million, and Malo Gusto is 4.1 million. If you can get a minimum maybe 2, or if you triple up on any of these 3 players from Chelsea, that could really do well for your squad. You can see at the bottom here, they have some really easy fixtures. They have 2 match difficulty rating, and then they have Aston Villa, which is a tougher one, and then they have 2 more easier matches. So maybe it's time to Chelsea triple up. It's up to you. Now let's have a look at the top mids to transfer into your squad. We have Raheem Sterling at 7.1 million. He got those amazing 2 goals and 1 assist, and he's the top scorer in any match week so far this FPL season with 19 points, and he's definitely someone to keep your eye on. I'm not transferring him into my squad though. I don't have enough evidence, and I haven't seen him enough this season do well, so I'm not transferring him in. But if you really want to be ahead of the pack, maybe he's someone you should look into. Next, we have Maddison, who's gone up 0.2 million, and he's at 7.7 million. Maddison, as I said earlier, is so central in the Spurs attacks, and they have a really easy fixture against Burnley. I expect him to get minimum 2 attacking returns. I wouldn't want to miss out on him in this next Spurs game. Next, we have Phil Foden. Now, Phil Foden's one of the more riskier picks, as we saw him come off the bench in that most recent Man City game. But if he's consistent, he's definitely going to be a big attacking threat, and he will get you a lot of attacking returns. He has people like Haaland and Julian Alvarez who he can get assists through, or he could score. Moving into the best forwards to transfer into your squad. Next, we have the best forwards to transfer into your squads. Now, the first one, we have Owani. He's currently on a streak of 7 consecutive games where he's scored a goal, which is the record for Nottingham Forest. And he looks like he's a player who's match-proof, as he's already scored against Man United and Arsenal this season. So he's definitely someone to look into and put on your squad and play even through those hard fixtures. We haven't got enough evidence yet, but from what we've seen in those 2 hard fixtures already, he looks like he has the potential to be a match-proof striker. Next, we have Wissa, who unfortunately did blank in that most recent games. He's a leading forward with 22 points, and he has some really good fixtures ahead of him. I definitely look into putting him into your squad for 6.2 million. Then we have Antonio, who I'm not as keen on, as he's a little rough, but they have Luton next, which is why you should definitely target these West Ham players and put in maybe someone like Ward-Prowse or Antonio into your squad, because they're probably going to destroy Luton. He's 6 million. Now let's move on to the best defenders to transfer into your squad. Now with defenders, I really do believe that their fixture determines if you should play them. If they have a really easy fixture, you should definitely play them. If they have a harder one, you probably shouldn't. So let's get into Udogie, 4.6 million defender from Spurs, who played really well, and he's looking like he's playing really high up the pitch. He got an assist and 13 points in his last game. He's definitely someone you should consider. All these guys have easier fixtures for this game week 4. Then we have Malo Gusto, 4.1 million defender from Chelsea, who's in Reece James' spot. Until Reece James comes back, he will be the primary right wing back for this Chelsea squad. He has an easier fixture as well. Should definitely look into him as well. He had 14 points. And then finally, Anderson, Crystal Palace defender, who has an easier fixture as well. Now, Anderson did get a goal, and he's tying first for the highest fantasy scoring defender at the moment, and he's looking really good. Should definitely try to fit him into your squad if you can't fit any of these other 2 options in. Now, this was my transfer I've done getting ready for game week 4. I transferred out 8 million Martinelli, and I transferred in 7.7 million Maddison, who against Burnley I really believe can have a massive impact and score a lot of fantasy points. Make sure to like and subscribe, smash that notification button if you enjoyed this video, and I'm out.